My name is John Andrew Williams. Today's idea came from a conversation that I had with a coach from Spain. We were talking about coaching in different cultures and how in Spain he doesn't believe that coaching is as advanced, or the understanding of coaching isn't as widespread as it is in the United States. And I agree with him. I think that coaching in the United States, it's where coaching started. It's where coaching has spread. 10 years ago, over 10 years ago now, when I got life coach trained, coaching was not that well known. I found myself explaining what life coaching was a lot. And I think that's where Spain is right now, in a couple of the European countries, where people who are life coach trained, they still have to do the explaining of what exactly a life coach does, what it is, what it isn't. Explaining life coaching is usually a losing proposition. It's very challenging, and people usually asking the question, what exactly is life coaching, are people who are not generally sympathetic with the life coaching approach. However, some are, and it's been lovely to talk to those people. And I found myself at the very beginning of my life coaching career, I really wanted people to understand what life coaching was. I found myself explaining it really hard and trying really hard for them to get a good understanding of it. Now, when people ask me what a life coach does, I just have fun with it. I mean, I will say silly answers, and I'll say stuff like, yeah, a life coach tells people exactly what to do, and if they don't do it, then they write mean things on their blog about them. I mean, that's what I do as a coach. It really motivates people. Do you want to try it with me? Stuff like that. And what I've recognized and realized is as I've gone through this whole process, at the beginning, I would get some respect, and people would be thankful for life coaching and the understanding of life coaching. However, now, when I don't feel like I have to explain it that well, or say, you know what, I am a life coach, there are lots of resources out there, this is a longer conversation if you're really interested in it, what I do is I focus in on helping teenagers in high school and college really manage stress around grades, frustration in relationships, and anxiety about the future. So what I do now is I explain what I do by the problems that I solve. People will understand that. People like what they understand. And when I first talked about life coaching, when I first was getting into it, I think what people picked up on was more of my uncertainty and my desire to have other people understand what life coaching was, so that I could say, look, it's great, don't you agree? Now, I don't really care if other people agree that life coaching is great. I know it's great. I've been doing it for 10 years. I've been a full-time life coach for the past 7 years. This is what I do. Now my energy is more around, my attitude and energy is more like, I don't really care if you think life coaching is good or not. I know it's good. And if you want to engage in a conversation where you're really open to the ideas and see how amazing it is yourself, that's great. If not, then that's fine too. And we're still be friends, so it'll be fun. I just don't feel like explaining it over and over again. And so I know people tend to respect that more because they don't feel like I'm yearning for them to understand it too. People like what they understand. And when you're explaining something to someone, they pick up on your attitude and energy more than the words you are actually saying. So for all those new life coaches out there feeling like you have to explain what life coaching is or isn't, I would avoid that. And I would stick specifically to the problems that you solve. And if people really want to know what life coaching is, invite them to have a sample session or work with a coach, because that really is the best way for them to experience what the profession is about. Thank you so much for watching. My name is John Andrew Williams.